Okay, so it is Thursday, which means not so awesome comic book pickup video. Alright, so I kind of did this in a weird order. Usually I put the issue 1s on top and stuff that I've reviewed yesterday. But I decided since there wasn't that many issue 1s, I'm just going to put it in the order of which I liked it, which used to be the way I did it before I started reviewing issue 1s and stuff individually. So when I get to those 2 issues that I reviewed, I'll, let you know. But anyways, let's start off with New Avengers issue number 15. And it was, I don't know, New Avengers is still interesting, but I feel like there's a lot of filler going on lately. I mean, the last 2 issues, I believe, were of alternate Earths being destroyed. I mean, there was stuff with Doctor Strange, which is important, but he's not even in this issue. But I'm just saying, I feel like this series is, like, stalling, maybe, for something, I don't know, but it was an alright issue. It wasn't the greatest. I don't know, hopefully it picks back up, because I honestly do feel like it's stalling, and it's starting to feel more like a $2.99 book than a $3.99 book, and it's a $3.99 book, and that's like $4, except for I get 20% off, which is awesome. But anyways, The Hunt for Robin in Batman and Aquaman. I was actually considering dropping Batman and insert name, I guess you could say. The art hasn't been my favorite since the beginning of the series. It was good, but I just don't enjoy it as much anymore. And the whole Harvey Dent thing, I mean, it was interesting. The last arc that happened, it was really shocking, especially the last issue was really shocking. But I really was considering dropping it until they said The Hunt for Robin. So the Batman is finally looking for Damian and Talia's body that Ra's al Ghul stole in the end of, I believe, Batman Incorporated. So that's going on. He runs into Aquaman because he's under the sea, and Aquaman hears cries of whales. They do have a small confrontation with Ra's al Ghul. And, yeah, it was alright. More of that's going to be happening. Next issue is Batman and Wonder Woman. So I will be picking it up, at least until this Hunt for Robin thing is over, and then we'll see where it goes, if Robin returns, if Robin doesn't return. I have a feeling that he probably is, but we will see. I mean, either way, I'm assuming he's coming back, whether it's this year, next year, or in 20 years. I have a feeling he will. It's a comic book. And it's a DC comic book, so why wouldn't he? Thor, God of Thunder, The Last Days of Midgard Part 2. I don't know how many parts this actually is, because I honestly don't know how long they can keep up this story. The last issue was good. This issue, the best part of it was future Thor confronting Galactus, because Galactus is getting ready to devour the Earth in the future, but the Earth is like basically gone. There's no one living there anyway, but Thor doesn't want it to go because it's like sentimental value for him. And that's going on with future Thor. In the past, Thor and Agent Solomon, I believe is her name, go and have coffee, and he's talking about saving the planet, and it feels very, I don't want to say Captain Planet-y. I don't know why I thought Captain Planet, but it feels like they're pushing that what's the word for it? They're like pushing Save the Planet too hard in this last story arc. You know, with the whole environment and all that stuff. I mean, it still has its superhero element, but I see the sub thing the message they're trying to get across. You know, yo, you gotta take care of the planet because this could happen. I get it. I feel like they're pushing it a little bit, which I'm just not liking it all that much just because of that. But otherwise, it is a good story. Him in the future is the best part of it. The past with the Roxanne Corporation being unbelievably greedy and crazy is alright. That part I'm assuming, or I'm guessing, will pick up more in the next issue, considering how this one ended. But so far, that part is slow compared to the part in the future, which is awesome. Next up, Superior Spider-Man Annual number 2. I did a review on this. Link is in the description. But I will say that there are 2 stories in here. They're both pretty good, but the second one definitely will affect, at least what I'm assuming will affect, the next issue of Superior Spider-Man more than the first one did. And yeah, I can't wait for that. I believe it's next week. We're getting really close to the ending. It's gonna be awesome, I hope. Next up, Superman, wow. Nova Unchained. See, because it's Unchained, anyways, Nova Unchained, which was really hard to say it wasn't my favorite thing because it was freaking amazing. Cosmo, the character they introduced in the last issue, is freaking awesome. I don't know if they actually introduced, he might have been in something else before, but from what I know, it's his introduction. At least in this Nova series, it's his introduction. And he is a freaking telepathic dog who is the leader of people, or alien people. How can you not love that? You gotta read it just because of that. Beta Ray Bill does make still slight appearances. I believe he's gonna be more in the next issue, considering how this one goes. More of Nova. Wow, I forgot his actual name. But more of Nova at his school doing crazy things, which was funny. A cool battle that was pretty funny too, because they end up in the slime thing, and him and the guy he's fighting are both kind of like, ew, this is disgusting. Is this brains? Yeah, great issue. Great freaking issue. That Cosmo. If I get a dog, and I have a chance to name that dog, because no one else is gonna name him, I'm gonna name him Cosmo. Alright, okay, let's move on to Uncanny X-Men 19 Point Now. Actually, I thought of doing a review of this yesterday, after I posted everything, and I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna do it today because it was late, when I realized I should have done one. So I might be doing reviews on point 1 now. Anyways, digital collection comes with this one, so I'm assuming that means it comes with Uncanny X-Men Volume 1. I like it when they do those. That's awesome. I just, like, it's, yay, free comic books if you haven't read it. So don't quote me on it, you know, you can look it up, but if it's anything like the Nova one and the All New X-Men one, if you get this issue, then you'll get the little digital collection, so that means Volume 1 with the hardcover, which is, I think, 6 issues of Uncanny X-Men, the first 6 of this run. And, you know, you could read it on your phone, computer, iPad, Android device, Kindle Fire, I guess, all the cool stuff that has the Marvel app on it. Anyways, this issue, as a point 1, it was, I guess it was good. It does start a new story arc. The last one, I believe the last one was after the training, and it was kind of, yeah, it was like a filler issue with them wondering where the all-new X-Men and Kitty had gone and finding GR weapons. They kind of don't even mention that at all in this one. Scott is having a conversation with the girl who can freeze time, Erica, I believe that's her name. And she kind of mentions, like she wants to talk about what happened in the little forest area thing, but she doesn't. One of the cuckoos knows, but she's not telling anyone either. Then yeah, they get a reading for a new mutant. They go there, and they get attacked, and stuff happens, and war is declared. And yeah, next issue probably gonna be cool. I'm assuming. I mean, I really like Uncanny X-Men. I really do. And they do mention a little bit more what's going on with Dazzler, Mystique, and Sabretooth. So, Uncanny X-Men. Awesome. Let's move on to Daredevil #1. And honestly, I did a review for it, but there's really no point in doing a review for it. And the reason is because Daredevil is awesome. If you've been reading this run or the last run, you already know what to expect. You already know it's going to be good. You already know all that stuff. All you gotta decide is, do you want to spend that extra $1 to get it? I actually only got 1 issue of the last run. I just ordered the 2 hardcovers for it, the 2 deluxe hardcovers, so I can read it, and I think there's 1 more coming out, because both of my shops were always like missing issues in between, and I was like, you know what, I'll just get it and trade, that way I can read it all. This one does spoil, I pretty much, one thing I didn't know about the ending of the last run, not the main thing everybody knows, but something else that I didn't know about. I'm not gonna say what it was, because in case you didn't know. Yeah, very, very vague and cryptic, I think. But anyways, really good. If you want to check out my review for it, go ahead. It's in the link in the description. I do like the little 50 years of, you know, without fear sign right there. It looks cool. How awesome would it have been if that was shiny? I'm just saying, like, little holographic. That would be cool. And lastly, the... It's hard to say this is the best thing I read, but the more I think about it, it was pretty freaking amazing. Superman Unchained, issue 6. It's about 3 issues from being done, I believe. It ends on issue 9. It's got, Scott Snyder and Jim Lee, so the art is automatically amazing. The writing is pretty darn amazing, too. Yeah, it starts off where the last one ended. Nuclear devices all over the world. I think every single nuclear warhead that's, like, wired to go is launched. And, Superman, Wrath, Green Lantern is mentioned, and Wonder Woman is supposed to help, but they don't actually show Green Lantern. They do show Wonder Woman, but they don't actually show her stopping anything. Batman at the Watchtower telling them, we have like a 75% chance of containment or something like that. Like a 75% of the warheads can be stopped, but the rest won't. So Superman goes to the people who launched it to try and stop it. Stuff happens, and the ending of it was amazing. I don't want to speak about it. I don't want to talk about it. Speak about it. That's a weird way to put it. I don't want to talk about it because I don't want to spoil the whole thing with the nuclear warheads. But it looks like, they're finally going to battle Wrath and Superman pretty soon. And yeah, that's my pickup stuff, or haul for some of you people. I say, why do I say? I don't know, maybe it's because I'm in, like, Southern California, even though I think there's other people in Southern California who do these, and I'm pretty sure they use haul. I don't know. It's just me. But, yeah, there we go. All the cool stuff that came out this week. If you have anything you want to comment, leave a comment. Or like the video. I always want to say rate. Rate the video. But you can't give it a rating. I guess you can give it a like button, which is technically a rating. I guess thumbs down would count as a rating, too, but you don't want to do that. I don't see why you would want to do that. Anyways, hit that subscribe button if you want to see more of my stuff, and I will see you next time. Have a good whatever time in the world it is where you are. Alright then, goodbye.